Welcome at Myth and Human, the podcast, where we're going to travel among the stars through the stories, the myths of the Zodiac, the Greek and Roman myths, and further back into Mesopotamia. And this time we're going to talk about Cancer and about the summer solstice. At the summer solstice, the sun moves into the zodiac sign Cancer. And why do we talk about Cancer? Well, the crab lives on the border, lives in both worlds, in the water and on the land. He lives in the seen world and the unseen world. He lives on the border. And in the ancient world, there were rituals where they used the crab as an offering for the underworld and for the ancestors to make a connection with this other world. There is one story that reminds us of the crab and also of the midsummer, of the summer solstice, but it is one moment in the midst of Hercules, in the 12 labors of Hercules that is often overlooked. Hercules stands at the edge of an impossible swamp. It's impossible to cross that swamp. This swamp is way deep. And before him there are 9 snakes moving around. And these are the heads of the Hydra, the monster that lives in the swamp of Lerna. And Hercules, he swings his sword and he cuts off one of the heads of the Hydra, another one and another one. But as soon as he has cut them off, there are new heads growing, 2 or 3, even more. And Hercules realizes he is never going to win this battle, not on this way. And that is the moment of the midsummer. This is the moment when the solstice, the portal opens, and from the swamp comes Karkinos, this great crab, and bites the foot, one of the feet of Hercules. And the hero has a moment of dizziness, and he feels this sharp pain going through his foot, through his leg, along his spine. A moment of vulnerability, a moment of crisis. And then he realizes, he sees it. He sees maybe it is a epiphany given by Pallas Athena, the goddess, this insight. And now he realizes he cannot do it alone. And what started as a fair fight between man and monster has changed with the arrival of Karkinos. And now Hercules, he calls his companion, his nephew, Iolaus. Iolaus! And Iolaus, he comes running, and he has burning. It's not my native language, English, and I cannot find the word now in this moment. So this fire, these torches, yes, he comes running with torches, and every time Hercules, he cuts off a head of the snake, Iolaus burns the wound, and there's no new heads growing. And Hercules, he slays the Hydra, but one head is immortal, and Hercules buries this head of the Hydra under a boulder. This Karkinos, where does it come from? It was sent by Juno. Jupiter's wife. And Hercules is a son of Jupiter. But Hercules is not a son of Juno. And Juno feels a pain. She feels betrayed. And she feels vulnerable. And she has done everything to stop Hercules from the beginning, even before his birth. She has always been fighting Hercules, and now she has sent Karkinos to remember Hercules of his vulnerability, to make him remember that he is not immortal. But Hercules, he smashes this crop with his foot. And then Juno, she picks the crop up, and Karkinos never had a chance to win this fight. But anyway, he was loyal to Juno, and brave as he was, he went into this fight. And now Juno, she picks up the crop, and she puts the crop way up high in the heavens. And now, at the summer solstice, the sun moves into Cancer to help us remember we are not immortal, and we are always a bit funeral, to remember us that we are funeral and that it is okay to show our feelings. And when you think this story ends now, no, then you are wrong. No, after Hercules has won over this Hydra, he puts the points of his arrows in the poisonous blood. And with these arrows, with the blood of the Hydra, he wins many battles. But in the end of the story, the blood of the Hydra turns against Hercules. His wife gave him a shirt with the blood of a centaur, one of those half man, half horse beings. The dying centaur has told Diodeira, the wife of Jupiter, of Hercules, when she wants him to be truthful, then she must give him a shirt with the blood of a centaur. Then he will always be truthful. Hercules isn't truthful. He is like his father, Jupiter. So she believes this centaur. And you should never believe a centaur. So she puts this blood on this shirt, this blood that was mixed with the blood of the Hydra, because Hercules killed this centaur. And now he puts this shirt on and he feels a burning pain and all his flesh is burning away. They put him on a pyre, a funeral pyre, and then he ends his life here on earth. But he had already finished for a long time his 12 labors. So he has his right on to live forever. And while he dies here in this plain, on the mountain of the gods, the Olympus, there is a great feast. It's like a summer solstice party. And all the gods are there. And in this ritual, Hercules, he comes from underneath the skirts of Juno. And Juno accepts him as one of the gods, one of her sons. And Hercules, he marries Hebe. Hebe is a daughter of Jupiter and Juno. And later they put Hercules as a sign in the stars, a constellation. But it was not very close to the constellation of Cancer. No, we will be safe this summer. And we can show our vulnerability and even our pain. We have a human experience. And a human experience is not without pain. Anyway, this story started almost sinking away in the swamps of Lerna. And this story ends forgiven and elevated up into the worlds of the gods, up into the endlessness of the world of the stars. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Next month we have a new version of Myth and Legend. Myth and Human about lions.